part of a bunch of like masterminds for entrepreneurs and things like that. And there's a lot of guys from the US that are like very strong libertarian for this idea of like, and I think it comes from the foundation of America of like freedom and all these things. And like,
Yeah.
obviously political corruption has something to do with it. But like
Yeah.
the guys on libertarian is kind of like, I don't know, Catholicism for, as to Christianity, where I think Catholics kind of like cherry pick what they like and don't like, where libertarians are kind of the same thing, where they're like, well, yeah, like we should still have like fire department and police, but like I don't want the central bank. Like all of these conversations happen.
Yeah.
And so you have some guys on the far end who are probably along the lines of like some of your anarchists, where like, I want to get rid of the education department. I want to make sure none of this, and I want to have only Bitcoin and all of these ideas that I'm sure like if in the second book it's the same type of villains, yeah, I'm sure there's some Reddit on there that you could ask
I
ask these guys a
guarantee.
question and enjoy the comments.
Yeah, 1000%. And I did do I don't remember. I mean, so obviously there's the dark web out there. And so another piece of the research that I did was basically going on to the Jolly Rogers, like, anarchist cookbook. Have you heard of that?
I have, but hold on. But did you go on the dark web to get it?
No, I don't even know how to access
No,
the
me
dark
neither.
web.
That's why it was my next question.
No, that's a little too much. That's a little too far for me. But that was just like a website that anyone can access, but it basically walks you through like how to create explosives,
right.
And I mean, and any type of information about there is like how to execute any sort of catastrophic damage. And I think that the goal for me doing that was to see like anyone can access this, and I'm sure I'm pinged somewhere after going on it. So, I'll have to go on the website. I'm sure someone's watching me.
You're on a no-fly list. Yeah.
But that reminded me of that, is that kind of like rabbit hole you can kind of go down where you're like, and I mentioned that in the book, like when you have nothing to lose, people accessing this type of information is really terrifying. And as you probably heard firsthand, the people who are having the conversations in the dark web from your friend, it's truly like you can go to a really dark place when you think about what's happening out there that we don't know about.
Yeah, and I think as more people become disconnected, and there was a huge survey on friendships last year that like people just have less and less friends. And so like if you feel so alone, well then you don't care about anybody. Well then what's the point of trying to make things better when everything just seems so shitty? You're like, well, you know what? I might as well because you have nothing to really, I don't know, love.
Yep, and that's why people are drawn to these extremist groups.
Right.
Is because of that exact reason. It's because there's not a sense of connection that's real and authentic. And so they find one, and they find it in the wrong places.
Right.